Learning you're diabetic can be overwhelming. What can you eat? When can you eat? And is snacking completely off limits? Here's some good news. Snacking is not the enemy, if done correctly. The secret is picking high-fiber, natural snacks which contain protein and healthy fats. Finding those types of snacks does not have to be an unsolvable puzzle. That's why we're about to reveal why it's not just about the sugar content, why some seemingly healthy snacks are actually awful for diabetics. And of course, we'll cover 5 excellent and 5 not so excellent snacks to see how they impact your blood sugar. Before we hop in, we'd love you to give us a like. And make sure to subscribe to Diabetes Smarts to keep up with all our latest content. Plus, stick around to grab 2 free diabetes-fighting gifts on us. Now, get ready for a treat. This is the 5 worst and best snacks for blood sugar control. Oh yeah, it's snack time. But wait, doesn't snacking between meals add on the pounds and skyrocket the old blood sugar? Well, that can definitely be the case if you find yourself chomping mindlessly through a bag of chips or a box of cookies. But the good news is, not all snacks are necessarily out to harm your health. The trick is to find the right kinds of foods, and to train your body in the correct ways to eat them. What does this mean? We'll reveal 5 amazing diabetes-fighting snack foods shortly. But first, let's break open the cupboard to discover the 5 worst snacks for blood sugar control. There are a few snacks out there diabetics should probably completely avoid, like candy bars or cotton candy, so we won't go over the obvious. We're looking at snacks that aren't so dangerous at first glance, those sneaky snacks which might still be on your healthy list. But it's time to pull back the curtain and reveal which seemingly healthy snacks are secretly harmful to your blood sugar. Number 5. Pretzels. Pretzels seem fairly low in calories. They're fat-free, sugar-free, and satisfy your craving for something crunchy. But are they healthy for diabetics? Not by themselves. Having a snack of just pretzels may seem healthy, but in reality, they'll most likely spike your blood sugar levels. Pretzels are basically a processed wheat product, like white bread. Plus, they're usually covered in salt, which isn't great for heart health. That means any type of pretzel will be high in carbs, low in fat, and typically won't contain much of any nutritional value. A medium-sized soft pretzel could hold about 400 calories and about 80 grams of carbohydrate, with only maybe 2 grams of fiber to help manage the glucose load. A serving of small, crunchy pretzels won't help you much either. While it might only give you about 100 calories, it could still supply about 23 grams of carbohydrate and only about 1 gram of fiber. Number 4. Flavored yogurt. Yogurt is another snack that can be healthy, or horrible. If you see a flavored yogurt listed as low-fat, watch out. While that claim may be true, it's like a card trick, making you look one way so that you don't notice what's going on elsewhere. Indeed, food promoted as low-fat typically contains large quantities of added sugar in order to improve the taste. So most flavored yogurts are packed with simple sugars, including high fructose corn syrup, and they most likely won't contain much actual fruit content, and certainly not much fiber. Plus, packaged, processed flavored yogurts will most likely contain unhealthy preservatives and other chemical additives. A typical serving of flavored yogurt can contain about 30 grams of carbohydrates, which might not sound like much, but be aware that there are usually 2 or more servings within one small flavored yogurt package. But if you absolutely love yogurt, don't fret. We'll reveal a diabetes-friendly yogurt shortly. Number 3. Processed meats. Here's a snack that's naturally sugar-free, and it has protein. So why isn't deli meat a good choice for those worried about diabetes? While processed meats such as lunch meat or pepperoni can be full of protein and low in sugar, they'll definitely contain loads of sodium and saturated fat. Consuming high quantities of salt and saturated fat can both up your risk for cardiovascular diseases. That's bad news for diabetics, who are already at a much higher risk of heart-related diseases. Processed meats have yet a second big danger. They're linked to a higher risk of cancers, specifically colon cancer. These types of meat, which include bacon and hot dogs, are loaded with nitrates for preservative purposes. Unfortunately, that gives these low-sugar snacks carcinogenic properties. Stay tuned, because we'll cover healthy protein snacks which can replace these processed meats. Number 2. Baked potato chips. Chances are you've reached past your typical crunchy store-bought treats in favor of potato chips, which have been baked instead of fried. Yeah, you might think that those new baked versions of your favorite potato chip brands can be healthy snacking options. But beware. While baked chips can have about 14% less calories and 50% less fat than their fried counterparts, they are usually loaded with extra sodium in order to add extra flavor. Plus, the Food and Drug Administration found that baked potato chips tend to contain extremely high amounts of acrylamides, chemical compounds which form from high-temperature cooking processes. These compounds are carcinogenic. Therefore, ingesting these snacks on a regular basis could raise your risk of certain cancers. Number 1. Dried fruit. Fruit is healthy, right? Well, dried fruit, not so much. While dried fruit has some fiber and nutrients, it also has very concentrated sugar quantities. That sugar is both fructose and glucose, because dried fruit is often soaked in sugary syrup to help preserve it. For example, 1 cup of grapes contains 27 grams of carbs, while 1 cup of raisins has 115 grams of carbs. 1 cup of grapes will supply you with 62 calories, but a cup of raisins? Try 494 calories. And while dried fruit still contains fiber, its enormous sugar content will spike your blood sugar nonetheless. With fresh fruit, not only are you obtaining the same beneficial nutrients and fiber, you're also obtaining water content. That will help your body feel much fuller in a shorter amount of time. This can help you avoid overeating large quantities of sugar, but you won't get that same feeling of fullness if you subtract the water content. Think of it this way. 30 grams of dried fruit is equivalent to 80 grams of fresh fruit. Therefore, it will be much healthier and more satisfying to stick with whole, fresh fruits over their dried counterparts. Alright, now that we've shared a few alternatives for the worst snacks, let's take it a step further. It's time to reveal the 5 best snacks for diabetics. Number 5. Unsweetened Greek yogurt. Now that we've revealed the truth about flavored yogurts, it's time to try the good stuff. The next time you have a craving for yogurt, go for the unsweetened Greek variety. Greek yogurt literally separates itself from other high-sugar yogurts, as it goes through a straining process to remove whey, which is way cool if you're worried about glucose control. That's because whey contains lactose, a liquid sugar found in dairy. While many typical packaged yogurts can contain about 12 grams of sugar, plain unsweetened Greek yogurt typically contains just 5 grams of natural sugar content. The process of removing whey is what also gives Greek yogurt that much sought-after thick, creamy texture and taste. So if you find a yogurt product listed as Greek style, be aware that this most likely means that that product hasn't actually had its whey removed, but rather it's had chemical thickening agents added. Authentic unsweetened Greek yogurt is high in calcium and protein, which makes it an excellent snack for boosting your metabolism, improving bone health, building muscle mass, and even for reducing your appetite. What's more, Greek yogurt contains beneficial probiotics, which have been shown to improve the health of your gut microbiome, and may even work to lower blood pressure. If you do want to add some natural sweetness and fiber to your yogurt, why not sprinkle in a few berries? Try including a handful of raspberries, blueberries, or even strawberries. Most berries are not only loaded with vitamins and fiber, but they contain a good amount of anti-inflammatory antioxidants. However you choose to enjoy unsweetened Greek yogurt, you can feel at ease, because studies have shown that regularly eating this style of yogurt has been linked with a decreased risk for developing type 2 diabetes. Number 4. Crunchy chickpeas. There's quite a few secret crunchy snacks which can still be great for your health. One healthy way to satisfy your snack craving is with crunchy chickpeas. Simply drain, rinse, and dry a can of chickpeas. add a variety of healthy spices atop, like paprika or cumin. And from there, just bake them at 400 degrees Fahrenheit on a lightly greased oven sheet for 15 minutes. Chickpeas are legumes, which can, of course, be high in carbohydrates. 100 grams of chickpeas do contain about 60 grams of total carbohydrate. However, they are also high in beneficial nutrients. They contain 6 grams of plant-based protein per serving, 5 grams of fiber, and only 130 calories. The protein and fiber work together to slow digestion, which will help keep you satisfied for longer. Plus, several studies have found that chickpeas may actually help you lose weight. One study discovered that people who ate chickpeas regularly were 50% less likely to be obese. A different meta-analysis recorded a 25% increase in weight loss in people who ate at least one serving of legumes a day. Recent studies have even suggested that chickpeas can slow the progression of type 2 diabetes. Plus, they can be an excellent weapon in your fight against insulin resistance. A 12-week study showed that people who ate over 700 grams of chickpeas per week reduced their fasting insulin levels. So, if you want a crunchy snack that doubles as a diabetic superfood, go for crunchy chickpeas. Number 3. Salsa snacks. Yes, you heard that correctly. Diabetics can chomp down on a crunchy treat with some salsa for a healthy snack. But we're not saying you should go grab a bag of highly processed, heavily salted potato chips as your salsa delivery device. However, there are plenty of natural foods which can be used to get that healthy and delicious salsa from the bowl to your mouth. Try cucumber or carrot slices as your natural chip option. You can go for bean-based chips, or even bake kale to create delicious and nutritious kale chips. Whatever your salsa delivery method, you'll be gaining a heap of nutrition from that salsa itself. Traditional homemade salsa, made with tomatoes, bell peppers, onions, cilantro, and lime juice, is an all-natural, nutrient-dense snack. Tomatoes include beneficial potassium, vitamins B and E, plus lycopene, a nutrient with powerful antioxidant properties. Plus, bell peppers, onions, chili peppers, lime juice, cilantro, and spices like cumin or cayenne pepper can all add a variety of vitamins, fiber, and other beneficial nutrients to your traditional salsa. But you can also go with something more exotic, like a mango salsa, or even a whitefish ceviche. Just make sure to avoid overly processed, preservative-laden packaged salsas. Taking just a bit of free time to whip up a healthy homemade salsa will pay off, both for taste and for health. Number 2. Hard-boiled eggs. Despite the confusion, most doctors and dietitians now agree that eggs are extremely nutritious and pose little health risk if consumed in moderation. In fact, eggs are considered to be one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. So, for your next healthy snack, why not take just 10 minutes or so to hard-boil some eggs? Store them in your fridge, and they can stay fresh for about a week. A typical egg has about 75 calories, 7 grams of protein, and 5 grams of fat. It's also loaded with vitamins, minerals, and the powerful anti-inflammatory carotenoids lutein and zeaxanthin. Both have been shown to aid eye health, which is critical for those suffering from diabetes. And while eggs do contain a sizable amount of cholesterol, recent studies have revealed that regularly eating eggs can actually help reduce LDL, or bad cholesterol, in your body. Plus, a 12-week study found that type 2 diabetics who ate 2 eggs per day experienced a reduction in both fasting blood sugar and A1C levels. Therefore, hard-boiled eggs can be a safe, natural, diabetic-friendly treat. Just make sure not to overdo your consumption. Most doctors recommend eating up to and no more than 6 eggs per week. Number 1. Nuts and seeds. Here's the perfect healthy crunch snack, which can replace those unhealthy potato chips. It's true that nuts can be a very fatty food. In fact, most nuts are about 80% fat. If you ate a full cup of almonds, you could be taking in over 800 calories. However, if you keep your portions to about a handful, you'll gain a ton of positive nutrition. Nuts provide a large helping of vitamins, fiber, healthy plant-based protein, and beneficial omega-3 fatty acids, which fight inflammation and help prevent various diseases. The unsaturated fat content within nuts can also help lower LDL cholesterol levels, while raising healthy HDL cholesterol levels. Plus, the vitamin E content within nuts can fight plaque buildup in arteries. Additionally, certain nuts contain sterols, plant substances often used in medicines, as they can lower cholesterol levels and reduce the risk of heart disease. You can even spice up your seeds by sprinkling them with nutrient-dense spices, like paprika, cayenne, or cinnamon. Toss them in the oven for a few minutes to lightly toast them, and now you've got another flavorful, nutrition-filled snack. Try flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, or chia seeds to gain the power of vitamin B1, magnesium, and a large helping of fiber. Just be aware that, because most types of nuts and seeds are high in fat, they could end up adding on the pounds if you overeat them on a regular basis. However, a small handful of nuts or seeds can really satisfy you, keeping you full until your next meal, all while keeping your blood sugar balanced. So, now you've got a roadmap for which snacks to avoid and which may actually aid your health. But remember, excessive snacking, no matter the food, can add on the pounds and increase your risk of diabetes. The jury is still out on whether it's better to eat small bites throughout the day or to only eat 2 or 3 larger meals. But no matter which way of eating works best for you, make healthy snacking choices and try not to overindulge in any food, no matter how much nutrition it provides. But we want to hear from you. What are your favorite healthy snacks? And do you prefer to avoid snacking in between meals, or do you like healthy snacking throughout the day? Let us know your thoughts by commenting below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Diabetes Smarts, your hub for diabetes fighting knowledge. Oh, and before we forget, you've got 2 free gifts waiting just for you. Discover more blood sugar lowering foods with our new book, Superfoods for Diabetics, and learn key insights from leading medical specialists in episode 1 of that diabetes documentary. To grab both gifts, simply click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. We hope you have a happy and healthy day.